The 2022 season, marked by the Frogs' third straight top 10 finish, 2 All-Americans, and a third straight Sweet 16 appearance. Eric Bell and the Horned Frogs began the season with the first ever TCU soccer kickoff party. The new team highlighted by 11 new players gathered with family and fans to preview the upcoming season. After hitting the ground running in August, the season began with a 3-game homestand. The Frogs opened the campaign with a tie against Wisconsin and 2-1 win over Minnesota. In their first big test, number 7 TCU hosted number 16 Santa Clara and walked away with a dominant 7-0 win. 6 different Horned Frogs scored goals, including first career tallies for freshman Kennedy Klontz and Remini Tillotson. Lauren Kellett registered 5 saves and her second clean sheet of the season. The Frogs headed south to UTRGV, where Messiah Bright collected her second career hat trick in helping lead TCU to a 5-0 win. She made history as the only Frog ever to record 2 hat tricks in her career. After 2 tough losses at USC and against number 2 Duke, the Frogs bounced back with 2 road wins. TCU defeated its second-ranked opponent of the season with a 2-1 win over Texas A&M, then headed to San Marcos and came home with a 3-0 win over the Bearcats. The final non-conference game, TCU hosted number 16 Harvard in an evenly matched game that ended in a 2-2 tie. Messiah Bright scored both goals for the Frogs, and Lauren Kellett made a season-high 7 saves. In the opening conference game against number 23 Texas, the Frogs found themselves down a goal late in the second half, but Cameron Lancaster converted a penalty kick in the 70th minute, and the game ended in a tie. The Frogs hit the road again and brought home wins over Kansas and Kansas State. Gracie Bryan found the back of the net to score the game winner in Lawrence, while Shaylin Hubbard tallied her first career goal the following week in Manhattan to secure a 1-0 win over the Wildcats. Back in Fort Worth, a battle against the West Virginia Mountaineers ended in a 1-1 tie. Seven Castaigne's first career goal was the lone tally for TCU. Next up, Senior Day. 7 Horned Frogs were honored for their contributions to the TCU soccer program and their time as student athletes. A beautiful day to celebrate culminated in a 3-0 win over Iowa State. Goals from Messiah Bright and Gracie Bryan put the Frogs up 2-0 in the first 17 minutes, while Grace Coppinger's first career goal was the cherry on top. The Frogs embarked on a 3-game road stretch, which began at Oklahoma State. 2 players converted penalty kicks, and 3 different goal scorers would help the Frogs to a 3-0 conference win. After a tough loss at Oklahoma, the Frogs traveled to Waco, where 2 second-half goals from Gracie Bryan and Skylar Heinrich propelled TCU to a 2-0 victory over the Bears. A battle to tie against Texas Tech closed out the regular season at home. The Frogs finished the regular season with a 10-3-5 record and clinched the number 2 seed in the Big 12 tournament. Round Rock, Texas, a familiar venue for the Big 12 tournament. Up first, a rematch with the Jayhawks. 5 goals highlighted by Sarah Melcher's first 2 career goals, along with goals from Kennedy Klontz, Messiah Bright, and Dana Reed, propelled the Frogs into the second round. The Frogs delivered another dominant performance in the semifinals against the Sooners. Messiah Bright scored her 50th career goal, and Gracie Bryan tallied her 24th career assist to establish a new program record. With a 3-0 win, TCU advanced to its 3rd straight appearance in the Big 12 championship game. A back-and-forth defensive battle saw West Virginia escape with a 1-0 overtime victory. For the 7th season in a row, the Horned Frogs earned a bid to the NCAA tournament. TCU was selected as a number 5 seed in the Notre Dame quadrant. TCU is an elite company as one of just 14 teams to appear in the last 7 NCAA tournaments. Hosting UTSA in the first round, Gracie Bryan opened the contest with a goal in the 12th minute. After dominating possession throughout the game, TCU's pressure finally paid off. 2 goals in the final 8 minutes of regulation led number 17 TCU to a 3-1 win. Brenna Brossum collected her first career goal, followed just 2 minutes later by Cameron Lancaster's 5th goal of the season. The second round took the Horned Frogs to South Bend, Indiana. With heavy snow and low temperatures, the Frogs took the field against Michigan State after a weather delay. TCU wasted no time as Cameron Lancaster tallied it in the third minute. TCU's back line held strong the remainder of the game, and the team's 12th shutout of the year, the Frogs advanced to the Sweet 16 for the third straight season. The postseason run came to an end as the Frogs fell 2-0 against number 1 national seed Notre Dame. TCU advanced the furthest in the NCAA tournament of all Big 12 schools and finished the season with a 14-5-5 record. With another successful campaign came numerous accolades. Along the way, names were etched into the record books. The Frog earned 6 Player of the Week awards from the Big 12 Conference. 10 players garnered all Big 12 honors, including Grace Coppinger, who was named Big 12 Freshman of the Year. 4 players were named to all-region teams. Gracie Bryan and Messiah Bright were voted All-Americans. With 10 clean sheets, Lauren Kellett tied her own single-season record in shutouts. Gracie Bryan became the all-time leader in assists with 24. Messiah Bright and Shaylin Hubbard became the only 2 players in TCU history to play in 100 games for the Purple and White. None of these records would have been possible without the dedication and commitment from the senior class. This class contributed to 56 wins, 3 Big 12 conference titles, and 4 NCAA tournament appearances, including 3 trips to the Sweet 16 and 1 trip to the Elite 8. The 2022 season was historic, but it's time to get back to work.